Hey guys, welcome to another video. And of course, this video, we're going to be talking about Dockhand. And Dockhand is yet another way of managing Docker made easy. So you can see here that they do say that, modern Docker management for everyone, a powerful, intuitive Docker platform free from home labs, ready for the enterprise. That means that it's free for us and of course paid for the for commercial use. So I love the fact that it's SQLite by default, and that means you don't have to do a complicated setup to use it. So we're gonna go into my little home lab, the new Zima OS that I set up, and I'm gonna show you how I did to install it, and then we're gonna go through the features of it, and then etc. So on Zima OS here, you can see that I already have it running. All I had to do was go to the App Store and, of course, just downloaded it and get it running. I'm going to show you a few of the settings here. It's running on port 3003, and the settings here, there's not much to see. There is also a GitHub here. I do always encourage that if you see a project that you like, you go over there, you give them a star. If you have any issues, you do tell them about it, etc. So I always encourage to interact with the project that you do use, so that way we are kind of creating an ecosystem where we are participating, not only just consuming, but we're also participating in the creation of value for other people as well. Okay, so it's installed. All you would have to do then is to launch it. So for me, it's already launched. It's on port 3003 over here. You can see right now, if we go to my dashboard, that the environment is already empty. So there is nothing configured. So what we want to do is to have my Zima OS running on Dockhand. So it shouldn't be really complicated because they're kind of running on the same machine. So they should be able to see each other without any other settings, additional settings. So if we go to settings, this basically takes you to the settings that you can see over here. And there's so many things going on, and I'm not really going to be able to cover all of them, but you pretty much can do anything. You can customize, change the light themes and all of these things. And probably at the end of the video, we're going to be able to go through the interface itself and look at certain things and see how we make that happen. So if we go to environments here, we'll try to add our Zima OS. So let's go to environment. I'm going to call this Zima OS, and I'm going to add the IP, which is where basically Zima OS is running. If we do a test connection, it is successful here. It's already detected that we have 4 Docker containers. And on the next tab here of where it says update. So what Dockhand is able to do is able to give you the ability for you to let the Docker containers update themselves, or it helps you update their Docker containers. So this, if I turn this on, is going to create a scheduled task to check for updates. And if there is an update, it's going to do it. So for me, I'm not really going to do that, but there's so much you can do there. You can see, you can select the time zone, etc. But we're not going to do that. Here is the automatic pruning. What that means is that if there are images that are unused, that have been downloaded, that you don't longer use, or left over, it's going to remove them. So you can also set a scheduled task for that. Activity is basically to collect all of the things that are going on, basically logs of things going on. Security, I do believe they have a way of scanning and see vulnerabilities. So this is a very good thing that you can enable. Notification channels, so far we haven't configured any, and I'm going to show you in the settings what that's all about. I'm going to cancel here. We're going to go to the dashboard, and let me do a scan. Actually, you know what? I haven't added it, so you have going to go back to the settings and do that. So I forgot to click the add button, which is very important. So we're not going to go to the settings. We're just going to do a test, and we're just going to add. So here I'm going to call it Zima OS, add. Boom. Now we're in, and you can see here, if I go to my dashboard, I now have this environment, which is my Zima OS. You can see that it has detected all over containers, and it says that everything is healthy. So see now, from here, I'm able to see all of my images I'm using, the names of my containers, the state they're in, uptime, and all of these things, and I can manage from here. So if I click on one of them, then you see a whole new world opens up for us, and we're able to look at so many things that we weren't able to do or weren't easily able to do. So we have the logs, and you can look at the logs in real time, I believe, and you have different layers of the things that you can interact with here, processes that are going on. I'm sure you can't kill processes, but at least you can see what kind of processes that are being that are on the host machine, mounts. If there is anything that is mounted, you're going to be able to see files. You can browse through files, you can download them, create new files. It's so good here. This is the environment variables. You're going to be able to set the certain environment variables here. So this only applies so far to this Docker container that I'm looking at. You have labels, security, and also resources. So there's so much things going on, and you can see we can even do a raw JSON. These are kind of advanced here, but these are some things you can do. So you have all of these settings, and you can actually not need to go to your Docker container anymore if you're using like a terminal to manage all of these. So you can, one of the advantages is that you see how I have my Zima OS. Let's say I wanted to add my unread, then I could just go here and add a different machine. So I could manage multiple machines from one instance here. So this is one of the best things that you can do with it. So let's go through the settings here. So since you guys know how it kind of works, we're going to go to the settings here and look at certain things that you can do. So here you can see that there is a confirmation here for destruct. This is very good because if you delete something by mistake, you wanted to ask. This is one of my favorite things. You wanted to ask, like, hey, are you sure you want to do this? And then if you don't or not sure, then you can say, maybe not, yes, maybe. And then you can just pretty much do whatever you want to do. So I encourage you guys to go here, explore the settings, and do all kinds of things. Environments, we saw it, and Dockhand is the default registry. If you want to add a new new image, you can basically add multiple registries here. So if I go to containers, I believe I should be able to create, and then basically we'll pull from that registry. So it's really interesting. You can even do check updates from here. So let's go back to settings, registries. We saw that Git. This is another function that I don't know really how this works, but it says here that you can manage Git repositories that can also be used to deploy stacks. So you guys can look into it. It's very interesting. So these are config sets that are, can create templates, and you can define things. And then basically when you're creating a new one, it's going to already have all of the presets that you understand what the config sets means. It means that you have few settings that you already configured, and whenever you create a new container, you can just apply to it, so it has them by default. What else we can see here is the notification channels, and this is the things that I wanted to tell you about. So you have the notification channels here, and this means that if you want to get notifications from your email, to your Slack, to basically you can just set all kinds of ways to do it. So this is very good, and SMTP looks like is the default, and you can use Telegram on through this Uprise webhooks. All right. Authentication. I'm not really going to look into this, but it looks like you're able to also set up some SSO and roles and complicated stuff that I'm not really familiar with. So explore here, guys, and take a look at it. So right now we haven't even set up a password, but I do bet if we enable it, then we'll be able to do that. So license, as you guys know, this is not just free. It's free for home labs, of course. But if we go to the website and go to the pricing, we'll be able to see that, for small or business, it's going to be paid. It's a paid for product for them. So for Home Lab is free because we're not really making money or anything like that. But if you're a company, then you have to pay for this. One other thing here is the stack. I think that's what I wanted to show you. So the stack, if you're familiar with stacks, I think this is a concept from I think it's Portainer. That's where I saw the stack first. So you're able to build things using the compose stacks in here. And again, guys, I you know, implore you guys to download this tool and do a few tests yourself. You have images. This is where the pruning would come in. So I have these two images that are not used. And if I was to prune them, they would basically just disappear from here. So as you can see, they're gone. So it's really interesting. Um, I'm not really going to go through all of these settings. All you need to know that is that if you don't like Portainer and you would like an alternative, this is actually a very good tool for you, and I encourage you guys to download it and try it. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. And sorry guys, I haven't been making videos. I've been a little bit sick. I think you can still hear it in my voice, but other than that, guys, have a good one. See you in the next video. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.